been a beautiful day out there and a great way to cap off a work week with temperatures well above average for this time of the year. We got numbers this afternoon and getting in through the next couple of days, still into the 70s. Yeah, we're looking pretty here for the weekend. And we got numbers right now in Idaho Falls into those 70s. Shot right now from West Yellowstone. Again, we're getting close to the end of the season here. We got numbers right now at 71 in Blackfoot, 67 in Jackson. We got temperatures about 80 towards Boise. And in Idaho Falls, back to the first alert sky cam, we have winds out of the west at 5 miles an hour at 75 degrees. It's pretty dry outside. We got percentages of humidity into the teens and 20s, and that's typically a very dry outlook. 76 right now at the Pocatello Farm Bureau sky cam with light winds out of the west at 3 miles an hour. Viper, dry conditions locally across the west, and you are seeing this all the way to the west coast here as we have a nice strong ridge of high pressure keeping the showers at bay. You go a little further to the east of Pinedale, Wyoming. We've been seeing a few storm clouds in that direction, but most of the stormy weather tonight and tomorrow is still focused around Colorado and then getting through the Four Corners region as we have an area of low pressure that's swinging through the desert southwest. So there's the ridge of high pressure. We actually have a couple little pockets of high pressure that are starting to work in. So this one right now is going to head a little bit further to the south over the weekend, and then behind it we have its big brother that's going to start to build in to get us in here for Sunday and Monday, starting for the beginning of next week here. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Jet stream going well into Canada, and we got sunny and warm temperatures here locally for southern, eastern Idaho, and even in for western Wyoming. You go to the south, you'll get some storm clouds and some showers this weekend in the desert southwest. And you might even see some wet weather this weekend in Vegas and St. George, so just bear that in mind if you're traveling in that direction. High pressure, like I mentioned, starting to sag a little bit further to the south into Nevada and the Great Basin in Utah for Saturday, and then we have another building ridge of high pressure right behind this first one, and that's going to keep things pretty quiet as we head through the weekend. You look to the south on Sunday and you go south of Provo into southern and central Utah, you'll start to see some storm clouds along I-15 and even some showers and thunderstorms. Threats for wet weather if you're going south or if you have family in that direction, but as soon as you get north of Provo, it should be fairly dry. Salt Lake City all the way to eastern Idaho and beyond, looking at dry conditions this weekend. Then there's that strong ridge of high pressure. We call this a blocking ridge of high pressure because it's setting itself up right over the northwest, so it's preventing any storms from coming in from the Pacific Northwest this weekend and much of next week. Forcing this Canadian system down into Montana and North and South Dakota Tuesday and Wednesday for this week, and it's going to brush by the region. It's going to drop in some slightly cooler conditions with a little bit of moisture, but at this point it looks like it's a fairly dry system by the time it reaches us. 72 the expected high tomorrow for Idaho Falls. That's a little bit above normal. We would be at 64 for this date in history. And as we go around the region, we got winds tomorrow at about 5 to 10. A little bit of a breeze overnight, early tomorrow morning around Idaho Falls, but not a lot of wind on the whole here. I mean, we're dealing with light winds across the board from the mountains to the valleys, and we'll carry that light wind forecast through Sunday as well. 71 for the high Montpelier tomorrow, 74 for Malad and Preston. Highs in Jackson at 68, 72 for Rexburg and St. Anthony, 67 in Island Park. Central Idaho, low 70s for highs for Stanley, Challis, and Salmon. 20s and 30s tonight. We'll be into the upper 30s, lower 40s tonight. Mackey and Arco with highs into the 60s tomorrow. 72 for Idaho Falls, 76 in Pocatello, and the same for Burley. And we're into the mid-70s out towards Aberdeen with lows back to around 39. Rexburg, temps here in your 8-day, low 70s through the weekend. We're dropping back into the mid-60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, a dry Canadian system rolling in from the northeast will push in some slightly cooler temps. Blackfoot 74 for Sunday, 72 for Monday, and highs here into the mid to upper 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with lows into the upper 30s to lower 40s. Salmon 75 for Sunday and Monday with mostly sunny skies to get us started for a new week. Highs will be in the mid to upper 60s this Tuesday and Wednesday. Jackson upper 60s, lower 70s this Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine next week, the only exception being Tuesday with a minor threat for some showers trying to work into our mountains, but it's a fairly dry forecast even for next week, even despite that system that's going to try to get in here for Tuesday. Pocatello 77 for the high Sunday, 75 for Monday. Very close to 80 degrees here for the weekend in the Gate City, and Idaho Falls will be in the lower 70s this weekend with plenty of sunshine, and we'll have more sunshine in there for Monday, and we'll have partly cloudy skies Tuesday with temperatures into the mid to upper 60s, overnight lows in the upper 30s. Eric.
All right, thanks, Michael. Coming up in sports, we're getting set for another big Friday of high school football. What previews